Hi, my name's Tom Strasser. I wanted to talk with you today about a few things about worry. Worry. About where it comes from and then how to get rid of it. A couple exercises on how to eliminate or really minimize this worry. There's a lot of worry out there today. We've got things going on. People are afraid of our health, afraid of jobs, afraid of finances. We have a lot of fear permeating our culture and our society. And one of the aspects of this is worry. Worry. Do you know that worry originally meant to choke or strangle? Like that? Yeah, to choke or strangle. That's where the word came from. Now it means to afflict with emotional and mental distress. Realize the old definition and the one current has nothing to do with solving a problem. All it is conflict and stress. That's all it does. So that's what worry is. Now, how do we get it? Well, we get this thought that comes in up here in our mind. Oh, what if this happens? Oh, if this happens, I can't do that. What if? And then it starts it like a worm. It gets into our mind and just comes down. And one thought will generate another thought, will generate another until we're just overwhelmed. We sit there, we can't sleep. Now, one thing to realize about worry, another thing, is very few people ever make a conscious choice to worry. We don't choose to worry. We don't say, well, I'm going to sit here and get upset and get tense. Excuse me, mess up my sleep and get real upset and just be miserable. We don't choose that. No, we just start worrying. The thought comes in and then we start and then we can't break the cycle. So what do we do with this? This is what worry is. It gets up here and realize it's all here in our mind. It's right here. So how do we handle this? What do we do with worry? Do we really believe that worry is something that's good for us? There's been a few scientific studies done on worry. And I'll guarantee you that none of them have found that when we sit here and worry, we really get worried and get upset. None of them have detected that we can emanate a force out of this mind that goes out into the cosmos, goes out here someplace, and actually stop something from happening. It sure can't transcend time because most of our worry involves the future. So we're sitting here, all this energy going out and all this turmoil going on, going out into the cosmos, thinking, well, maybe we can change something that's going to happen tomorrow, next week, this afternoon, whenever in the future. It never works. It's absolutely impossible for any of us to sit here and emanate an energy, a force that's going to change something out there in the future or change an event that's going to happen. Sit here and worry about all you want, and they're not going to change it. So that's what worry is, and that's what it does to us. But now, how do we get rid of this worry? I'm going to tell you two exercises, two simple things, very simple things that will help to minimize this worry. One, stop and think. The words if, what if, and if only. If, what if, and if only are always associated with worry. I want you to look at these words. If only, what if? If this happens, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? If they do this, if I do this, if this happens. If only this would do, they would do this. If only she would do this. If only they would act like this. If only. And what if? Here's a biggie. What if? What if this happens? How does it impact me? How does it impact my family? What if? What if this happens? But realize these words right here, these words and these short phrases are all associated with worry. Now stop and consider. Really open your mind and consider what if you could eliminate these from your vocabulary. Not just from the words we say, but from the thoughts that we have going on up here. What if we could actually eliminate these? Well, you can. You can slowly learn to discipline this mind and get rid of these words. I'm going to tell you a couple of exercises on how to do that. Because if you eliminate these words from your conversation, from your mental self talk, this talk that goes on up here in our head, if you can eliminate those, guaranteed you're going to feel better. You're not going to have the anxiety and the worry, not nearly as much. Because what this does, what we're going to do, is we're going to make number one exercise is take these words, type them out, make a little list of these words, just these simple words. Make a number of them. Cut those words out. Put them on your mirror in the bedroom, in the bathroom. Put them on your kitchen. Put them on the dashboard of your car. Put these words and realize that you're not allowed to use these words. These are not your words anymore. You cannot use these words. And so these words are being eliminated from your vocabulary. That's the objective. They're being eliminated from your vocal and your mental self talk. Everything. You're eliminating those words. You can't use them. You cannot have those words. Those are God words. Those are forbidden words. You can't use them. And by putting these out here, different places, and really wanting to be rid of those and realize if you're rid of those, you're going to quit worrying. Really want that. Then we start to become aware of it. We move this from an unconscious decision that comes here and gets started. If this happens, what happens? If only this, we eliminate that. We become aware of it. So now, how do we find the power not to do it? How do we find the power to get rid of these thoughts? Well, that's the secret right there. That's the second part of the exercise. Because everyone already has the power within them. We have the spiritual energy within them that only 1 in 100 people ever learn to tap into this energy. The 12-step program is called the Kingdom of Heaven Within, the higher power, the great resource, an untapped inner resource, unsuspected inner resource. Jesus called it the kingdom of heaven within. Buddha called it the Buddha within. The Dhammapada from the Hindu religion said, he who has found the God within and realizes it's the same God that created everything is truly on the right path. All the different religions and all the different have realized we have a power inside of us. And how do we tap into that? Well, that's prayer and meditation. So when we start to find these words, or as we start our day, we ask for help in being aware of these words. Help me be aware when these words come into my mind. Help me be aware that my mind alone does not have the power to get rid of these words, but you have the power. This is the God within, the spirit within, the divine source within can shift the way we think, can shift this mind and change the way we see this and start to eliminate these words. It's not magic. It's not a magic pill that you're going to take and swallow and all of a sudden you don't worry. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. We slowly learn to eliminate these words because we slowly become aware of them, how much they are embedded in us, how much the media and everything, all this fear that's out there now that they try to feed you. You don't need to do that. One of the biggest things that's helped me is when I realize that I have an inner life, a life right down through here, an inner life. This is where I live and breathe and die. This is my life. And I have an outer life out here in the world. I have to make a living. I have to pay the bills. I go to a grocery store. I have to do all these things. I have people in my life. I have family. I have work. I have all these things going on. All these things out here going on. And I can learn to separate these two, my inner life and this outer life, and not let this outer life, the people, places, and things, and the calamity and the turmoil and the fear that's out here, get to me in here. See, that's what happens with the worry. I can learn that I do not have the power to shift this magic magnifying mental machine up here. I don't always have the power to do that, but I have a power inside of me that can do it. Call it God, call it higher power, call it the divine source, the divine spark, whatever you want to call it, it's fine. It makes no difference. But you have an energy inside of you that can shift this and bring peace and eliminate all the worry and stress and anxiety there. Guarantee it. I guarantee it. It works. I said prayer and meditation, and a lot of people have problems with this. Oh, we start with the prayer. We just talk to this inner power like it's our best friend. We don't need to be formal. We don't need to get nothing. We just say, please help me. Please help me get rid of these words. Please help me find peace. The other thing we do is that we have a physical exercise. I'm going to do another video here in a little bit about a short meditation. But one of the things we can learn to do is learn how to use our body, use all the resources at hand to eliminate these things. And one of the best things we've got is a breathing exercise. We can learn to take a deep breath. And I want to show you just one or two breaths. Breathe in very deeply, hold it, then exhale slowly. And as you exhale, ask this inner spirit for help. So we breathe in, hold it, exhale very slowly. Peace, harmony, relax, relax. And as we breathe out, actually see the tension going out. As we breathe out and catch that moment of silence between the breaths, we just simply say to this inner spirit, thank you, please help me. Thank you, please help me. So let's take one more breath. Breathe in. Exhale very slowly. Peace, harmony, relax, relax. And by doing this a few times, we slowly take control of this mind. We slowly make this mind realize that we're not going to follow it down the path of worry and anxiety and fear. We have a power inside of us that can shift it, and we don't need to follow this path. So try it a few times. Guarantee it works. Absolutely guarantee it. You can find peace.